So, yeah, I said I was single, right? I do date. I had a date recently that I thought was going well. You know, dinner was great, conversation was good, and then check comes. I'm gonna get this, right? Because I'm that kind of guy. I whipped out a Groupon. Yeah, I think it's funny now too. Fellas, save that for the 5th, 6th date, sometime down the road. Hopefully after she's seen you naked. Because if you use Groupon on the first date, that's never gonna happen. Groupon should come with a warning, just like your prescriptions do. Caution, improper use of this Groupon could lead to celibacy.
So when I was 4 or 5, I went to a lot of kindergartens. I went to one in Phoenix, Balls Elementary, represent. Oh, it's a real school, guys.
I drive by it.
He drives by it. This pedophile wannabe drives by it all the time. So that's great. So yeah, there's some black girls there. I wanted to be them. I learned how to French braid my hair so I could be just like them. I was just like, they're my only friends. So, and then I heard one of the girls, her mom was having a little girl soon, like a little baby girl soon. I'm like, that's sweet. And I heard that my mom was pregnant with my little brother, and I'm like, oh, sucks. So I'm like, hey. And she's like, my friend was like, you know, my mom's having this girl, and I want a brother. And I'm like, you know what, I want a sister. So we wrote up a contract at 4 or 5 years old. And I'm like, hey, when mine's born, let's meet, like, I'll bring him to school, I'll sneak him in. Meet me behind the school, we'll trade. So.
It is tough to date when you have kids. And I don't just have kids, I have boys. I have 4 boys. And they're formidable. They range in height from 6 foot to 6'4". They make a physical presence. 2 of them are athletes, 2 of them are more of a geek style. So together they're like a transformer version of a dude. I mean, they're like all the parts of a guy in one. And it's sort of like weaponized testosterone. It's like really scary, right? And so if I'm dating a guy, I realize at some point he's going to have to meet my kids. And I keep this in mind, because, see, they live by this bro code, and I don't really know everything that's involved in the bro code. I don't have a penis, so they won't tell me what's in it. But the gist of it is, it's the sort of the guidelines for what makes you a man. You know, there's like a scale of manhood. So they live by this code, and so any guy that comes home and meets them is going to have to measure up to this code. So, like this one guy I went out with, he was a nice guy. He was really super nice. Really good cook, invites me over to make dinner, and I'm in his kitchen. It's a lovely evening, great conversation, a little Chardonnay, and he walks across the kitchen to go get something out of the fridge. And I'm watching, and I was like, what was that? And I was like, was that like a swish? Was he walking with a little bit of a swish? And as he walks back, I'm like, oh my God, I was slightly horrified because it wasn't just a swish, it was like a sachet. He was sashaying across that kitchen. And I was like, oh, this is not going to work. I cannot bring that guy home to my boys. They will eat him alive.
I went on a date, and it went well, and I went back to her place. And this is what my friends told me. So this is what I hate. When guys describe girls in bed, they always like, dude, I'm gonna tear that up. I'm gonna nail that shit. You know? So what my friends told me, did you murder her vagina? That's what they asked me, did you murder her vagina? Now, just by looking at me, is that really how you would describe me in bed? Is it? I don't think it is. I'm just saying. Alright. So let's say you're going through a dry spell, right? And you're just itching for some dick. And you go out on the town, well, pick one, I don't care which one. Maybe both. So you're out on the town and you see someone like 6 foot, 200 pounds, and you're like, no, that guy's not gonna do anything for me. Then I come walking in, and you think, yes, that's the guy. That's the guy that's gonna mess my shit up. He's gonna murder my vagina. I want to murder your vagina. I may be convicted of attempted murder, but I want to murder your vagina. Your vagina would be safe with me. I'm just saying, if you want your vagina to live another day, I'm your guy.